I thought you were going to do some intro music.
You're going live, too.
And I thought you were going to do some intro music. What happened?
We're back for lunch. No, I skipped the intro music. It's not fun.
I guess I'll stand up, too.
Frederick, how are you?
I'm doing good.
Fred.
How are you?
Well,
Have you ever done a podcasting before?
First time.
First-time podcaster.
First-time
caller east of the Rockies. What would you like to share with us? Exactly. So you have a performance story for us.
I do.
Yes.
And
very
we're
excited.
at lunch. Did you have lunch?
I did have lunch.
What'd you have? Just the salad?
Little of everything.
Little of everything. Same here. Risotto. You tried the tortellini. Complaints on the tortellini.
No, I didn't get the tortellini because they
There's
were
no
completely
tortellini?
out of tortellini.
That's insane.
So everyone was waiting. I was like, I guess
never
I'll
have
just...
enough tortellini.
The risotto wasn't bad.
All right.
I enjoyed it.
So just to set the scene, we're in a giant ballroom with all kinds of people around us that are eating food. But you thought, I want to share my performance story so that I can get
Well,
cool
you were
Bluetooth
first
speaker.
coming to look for what swag we were giving away, right? That's
Yeah,
what
you got me with the cozies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we roped you in with the tell us a story.
All right.
So, what performance devilry have you seen today? You said it was today. You've seen something great, so...
Right? Standard day, open your inbox, check your emails, and then you start seeing an email thread and you look at it. So, this
So
morning...
that's the first mistake.
Yeah, first mistake. From Vegas, first mistake.
Cool.
So, bottom line is that one of our developers just pushed out new code using PCF, pushed it up to the prod region, and they started to test, and they started getting errors.
Right.
So they have a hook into one of our third-party services that was already on the cloud and already in production. So they started asking, why am I getting this error? Nobody knew. So then started getting our architect to look at it, and he looked into logs, and then some other people looked into logs, and then somebody eventually found out one of our certificates expired with the vendor.
Ooh.
So we don't know how long we've been in prod, not calling the vendor because our certificate expired, and apparently it didn't stop our processes from continuing.
It just kept right on going like, whoops, oh well.
Right. So then the first question I got from our architect was, why didn't we know about this? My response was, apparently we didn't have alert in place for that.
Yeah. And apparently your code didn't throw an exception in the log either.
Right.
Yeah.
So we have a few holes to plug up. But being here at the Dynatrace conference and seeing the new version that they have with the one agent, you deploy it, it detects those anomalies, it looks in all the logs.
Right.
You know, my first thought was that could have probably found it right away and opened up a problem.
Yeah, if you're making
ticket.
that third-party call and that's coming back.
Right, because you would have saw some kind of error in the log, and it would have saw that.
So log analytics would have helped this new
Definitely.
kind of idea.
Problem ticket would have helped.
Or even the
Or even
like
just
you had learned the basic log
might have-
alerting.
Or even just the basic transaction might have seen a difference in the response from that and said, hey,
Yeah.
your response used to take 500 milliseconds and now it's taking 1 millisecond.
Right. And this is actually part of our
You
one
know?
of our critical paths, so there should have been a business transaction monitor on this.
For an exception,
Right.
Where you could have the response time would be really fast. If it's like, I don't have a cert, goodbye. So it could show that, hey, your response time's great. You're just failing.
Yeah.
Right.
Right? Oh, that's a good one.
So
What was the actual cost? Like the downside to this? Did you have to go back and fix data, or you've been paying the vendor and they're not getting any calls and they didn't call you up?
yeah, that's another good point. Vendor never called us up and say, hey, no traffic's coming through.
But here's another invoice for the month.
Yeah, that's the way
Right?
it works.
Exactly. And they're like, oh, yeah, well, I guess we did. Nobody's looking. That's the problem.
Right, exactly. Nobody was looking.
But yeah.
And I know where some of our gaps was because we haven't gone to the new version of One Agent. We're using Atmon. So
Right.
we have Atmon on all of our Liberty IaaS boxes, but we haven't really put it into our PCF areas.
Okay.
So this came out of our PCF region, which is why we never saw it.
Right.
But, classic performance example, something's happening in prod. We didn't fall over. The end user didn't get any hard error,
Yeah.
but it was part of our critical process. Nobody knew about it.
Yeah.
So now we got some backtracking to do to figure out how long is this. And it's part of our pricing process. So now we got to go back and we got to see, okay, how many pricing transactions do we run through without this third party?
Without the check.
Right.
And how many told people they can get it for really cheap?
Oh, yeah. So there
Lucky
could
you.
be a revenue downside.
It's free for you today.
Lost
but
revenue, yeah.
those are the exact questions my execs are going to ask me.
You bet.
Yeah.
Is,
Wow.
And you're in
what's the
Vegas
fallout?
and you're,
I
so
like
we
it.
know, so tonight you'll be sitting up in your room working all this out, I imagine. I'm really.
I have people back on the East Coast starting that.
Yeah, I was going to say,
Right now.
you should
Right
have people
now.
doing that for you.
Good. Yes.
Yeah.
So where East Coast wise, where are you from?
I'm in Maryland.
In Maryland. I'm in Philadelphia.
Okay.
So I actually work with some of the PayPal teams down in Timonium.
Okay, that's where
just
we're
outside.
at. We're right across the street from them.
Okay. Awesome. Great. Just glad we could travel to Las Vegas and both be jet lagged just a little
Exactly. And
bit.
it's snowing back in Maryland, so
I know.
perfect timing.
Really?
Yeah, it's like there's like flurries and it's happening.
So I used to live in New Jersey, and East Coast snow, comes, it dumps, it stays around, it stays cold all
Yeah.
summer. You have the dirt black snow that's been getting all the exhaust absorption and everything.
Right.
4 years ago, I moved to Denver, and everyone was like, "Oh, what are the winters like? What are the winters like in Denver? It must be really cold and snowy."
Yeah.
I'm like, well, today it was 80 degrees in February 2nd, and well, tomorrow's going to be -3, but 3 days after that's going to be in the 60s. Oh, and by the way, we had snow yesterday, but the sun came out and melted it all in the afternoon.
Right.
That sounds like Maryland.
Yeah.
Wait 5 minutes, the weather changes.
My rule of thumb is the mountains make their own weather.
They do. That's actually really
always
crazy.
good to know.
When you're looking at the ski resorts, anyone, you can't just look at mountain weather. You have to look at the weather for the exact resort because they're all.
I think we need a
different
Dynatrace
weathers.
dashboard for this.
We do.
No, forget the dashboard. I need an AI alerting on weather unpredictability.
Yeah. So let me ask you, Fred. Then, of the things you saw this morning, outside of the issues that you're dealing with currently, from the things you saw this morning, the new announcements. Obviously, I know you're not using Dynatrace yet, but did any of those new features sound really interesting?
Oh, many of those. The AI, the
Well, that's
the
I mean,
anomaly
so the
track.
newer ones, meaning, well, that's all part of Dynatrace, and yes, it is very exciting. I'm talking about like things like the replay. I guess management
Key
zones wouldn't make
performance index.
too much sense because you're not using Dynatrace, so you don't know how that fits in. But would replay be helpful, or maybe, as Mark was saying, the different key performance indicators? Do you use things like time to first byte or something else besides some of the standards?
We do have metrics for all those as well.
Yeah.
So we have agents all across the country, right? Different regions, different size transactions. So performance is really hard for us because one policy with one vehicle is going to go fast. One policy with 100 vehicles is going to go slow.
Right.
Right. But our biggest thing is can the user experience go through first time without any delays, errors, the angry clicks because it's spinning. We have that problem now where if it clocks too long, the users will kill their browser session, start up another one, hit the same account, lock themselves out, step on their own toes.
Yep.
So
Too much freedom there.
right, too
maybe.
much.
So taking a step back then, too, where you were going to go before I cut you off and tried to steer you in another direction was you're an Atmon now, which a lot of our customers are still using Atmon quite a lot.
Yeah.
And they're starting to say, hey, we've been hearing a lot about this Dynatrace. You were kind of talking about a lot of the things about just Dynatrace itself that were interesting you. You mentioned the AI, which is obviously a really, really cool piece. What else about, obviously making a switch in any kind of tools, a little bit of heavy lifting. You got to learn some new ways and processes. What about Dynatrace is making you say, hey, I think maybe we do want to make that switch? You were kind of going there before.
What was the second part of the question?
Like, just continuing where you were going before, as in terms of what about Dynatrace is making you think maybe we do make a switch over from Atmon to Dynatrace?
From Atmon to full Dynatrace.
Well, that was one of the reasons I came out here is because right now we have a lot of Atmon, and we're doing a lot of microservice work. We're moving a lot of things to the cloud, and that's been our gap for coverage because we just don't have it configured there. And at the rate that we're creating new microservices, the licensing for the Atmon is going to explode for us. And then I got a small team right now, and I'm going to need a large team to manually go in and configure Atmon for all those different microservices.
Right.
So
That becomes a headache pretty quickly.
with 200 plus developers constantly putting new change in, I don't have enough resources.
Yeah.
So I came here looking for Atmon to figure out how we could use it better, not really actually realizing that one agent was on its way. But then hearing all of that addressed all of my concerns that I had with Atmon.
Yeah.
Yeah. The nice thing with PCF as well is you can not only monitor your applications in PCF, but you can also monitor your PCF infrastructure. So for the people whose job is to maintain and keep the lights on your PCF cluster,
Right.
You could throw it on all those components and be looking at the healthier Diego cells, all your other different. There's so many technologies, it's so hard to remember all the components between PCF, this technology, that. But it's just looking at that as the infrastructure too.
Right.
So that's also fully
Awesome.
set up.
So for your performance story endeavor, you have got yourself a sound cube.
Thank you.
A Bluetooth speaker sound cube. It looks like it would be mono. It's not mono. It's stereo.
Nice.
There's 2
Who
speakers
knew?
inside.
Who knew? But thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of the
You're welcome.
the
Thank
conference.
Thanks a lot, Fred.
Should we find other people who want to give a story
Sure. Let's go ahead and do that.
and do that? Thank you
Shall
very
we go
much.
walk around?
Yeah.
Thank
Awesome. James is just hanging out over here.
James, you want to man the booth while we go take a wander?
Yeah. Well, we won't. We're not going to wander.
Oh, we're not going to wander. Okay.
No, we tried that and it got weird.
It did get weird.
It did get weird. I'm going to have to edit that show. That's really didn't work. Mostly because people talk like this. You know,
Hey.
which is really
I guess
annoying if
this
you're on
part
the
of the
other
show's
end of a
gonna
live
edit it out,
broadcast.
too. Yeah, this part of the show's good. Hold on.
Yeah, back and forth. You got it.
I'm coming to you in stereo now. 2 mics. So
Yeah,
if I,
let's
I
not
wonder
let-
what kind
we
of
are, guys. Really,
what kind of
there are
audio
peop-
effect do you
there
think
are
this is
people-
going to be?
There are people
Huh?
throwing up. Yeah, people are going to throw up now. That's really bad.
Audio
They're getting
acrobatics.
car sick, Mr. Wilson.
Yes.
If you're listening to this live, you will not hear this.
Here's a guy who wants to give us a
Yes.
performance story.
You're
So he
walking
may
over. You're
obtain
looking.
a Bluetooth
Yes.
sound cube speaker. Yes. Really? Can you talk to us about Jira performance?
What's that?
Can you talk about performance at JHA?
Sure. How's it going?
Do you have any horrible terror stories of things that went horribly wrong?
At JHA or somewhere else?
Well, anywhere.
I've
Put the mic
Put the mic right up there.
Can you
Yeah,
hear me?
don't be afraid.
we've had a lot of crazy performance stuff that's happened between.
Any memorable story? Did someone died? Maybe
Does that have to be in production?
dying in
Or
production.
halfway?
Yeah, someone got
So
killed because of
I
a
tested an
performance
application at a client where I was supposed to be in a performance environment, but I ended up in a production environment ordering medication for real clients and real hospitals.
issue. Did you really?
Luckily, I was a smart aleck, I guess, since I probably don't want to cuss on here.
Yeah,
And
that's fine.
I was ordering Vicodin and stuff in kilograms instead of milligrams, so someone caught it. So that was a pretty interesting one I've had.
Serious? And it was like printing out somewhere in the pharmacy.
Inside the pharmacy, one of the people caught it and they kicked it back to the doctor, asking if they meant milligrams. And then once she went to the next order and seen it was another one with kilograms, they decided
Something's
something was
going
wrong.
on.
Yeah.
Wow.
That I think is one of the best stories
Wow,
I've
I
heard
almost
so far.
want to give you 2 of these. I'm just right there. That's insane.
Another time, I was working at a bank, and we were doing a data center recovery. We were moving over from one environment to another using our production backup.
Right.
And we got sign off from all of our managers that there's no way we're going to hit production. And I started a foreign exchange script and sent $70 million to China that we didn't recover all of.
Well, they do talk about like modern currencies and economies. It's probably just a wash. 70 million. It's a wash. No big deal.
Yeah,
That's fine. It's a
pocket change.
real estate investment, chump change, maybe some secrets. That not only do they have our IP, now they have another 70 million in cash.
Yeah.
That and did you keep your job after that?
I did, but the performance or the development manager over that area that signed off was no longer there a week later.
See, that's what you'd expect to happen,
Right?
but
Yeah.
you survived.
Me and my whole team survived. It was a little bit scary when you first heard what happened.
So
You were
there's
just
2
following
pretty
orders,
catastrophic
right?
things that you survived.
Yeah.
So perhaps he could be working for the NSA.
You could, but
Nah.
probably not. But the thing is, with
Never
the 2
know.
catastrophics, before you were asking about like a death or a dismemberment, I think you're a step closer now to being part of one of those events in production. Maybe I was going to say maybe a server will fall out of the cloud and land on somebody.
Well, have you ever blown anything up, like actually melted equipment? That's a good one. You can get actual smoke to set off the halon. That's a good. That's fun.
That'd be really awesome.
The people could die because they tell you when that thing goes off, get out of the room because there's no oxygen.
Yeah.
When you're, or just hold your breath because it only has to last like 15 seconds.
If
right?
that happened, I doubt my key card would let me out.
They're not supposed to have a key card on the inside to get out. Isn't that right? I mean, they can lock you in, but you...
I've had ones where you had to have key cards on both sides.
Ooh. That's very scary. All right. Congratulations. You've won
you.
yourself a stereo sound cube. We only have,
And do you want
5
any
of them?
cozies?
Yeah, we have lots of beer cozies.
Take some cozies.
Take 100 of them. There. See. Oh, no. You've been denied.
All right.
All right, thanks a lot, Mark.
Thank you, and enjoy the show.
Thank you very much.
That was ridiculous.
That was marvelous.
That was
lunchtime in Las Vegas.
and you know the story with the Vicodin, right?
In kilograms.
But I can totally see that.
This
like
is why
when you're doing tests,
he's caused the opioid crisis.
right? When you're running tests,
Single-handedly.
you're always having fun. Like, oh, what am I going to put into these fields? What am I going to order? Or whatever, right? You always do something fun because that's the only way you can entertain yourself while you're doing these things.
Yeah.
So you're like,
It's
oh yeah, let me
mind-numbingly
do
boring.
Vicodin. Oh, let me order the kilograms. That'll be fun.
But the system allows you.
Yeah,
To
and
order
it was
Vicodin
production,
in
but it was
kilograms?
also production.
It actually
was just-
took. There was no edit on the GUI to stop you from ordering 2 tons.
Are you sure you want to do that, Dave?
If I've got 600
Hasn't
kilograms.
happened.
Yes.
Quite amazing.
Close the doors, Hal.
Yes.
Playing Doors on Spotify. I love that.
Oh! I think we're going to have to take a wrap up this session.
No, because I have to go on the main stage. I can't start now.
We can.
I have to
yeah,
wait.
You gotta,
No,
you
no,
gotta,
I have
you
to-
you
I have to wait until-
warm up.
No.
Loosen up a little.
No, I'll just talk too much. I'm a podcaster. Don't get me started. I really only have 2 main answers I have to give, so that'll be all right.
All right.
All right. Anyway, lunches were coming to a close. We're going into the
Sessions are
second
going back
half
in.
of day 2.
Well,
Well, really, day 1 of the main.
because that was day 0.
conference.
So
Day
it's kind of like an
0 is
array.
day
Yesterday
1.
was day 0.
Beautiful.
Today is day 1. Tomorrow is day 2, but there's 3 days.
Yes.
Andy, we'll see you later. You have a session coming up soon. 2:30, right? 2:30,
Awesome.
Andy Grabner. So listen, if you are listening live, 2:30 session, Andy Grabner.
Perform.dynatrace.com.
Yeah, and he's going to be doing an awesome thing about doing a lot of CI, pre-production work with Dynatrace, which is really, really critical because we had so much of that with Atmon, and
Yeah.
he's been working his butt off. And dancing his butt off, I should say.
Well, and here's the thing. So
And
you
he's
go
got-
to
he's
you go
got
to
it
Andy's
nailed. He's
session
got it
and
nailed.
You see his slides with the big circles.
Yeah, they're yours.
Yeah, and then you come to my session, and you see the original circles. Now they're
Well,
Andy's circles.
Yes. Well, you know what? Andy's done some great work
Oh, yeah.
with our CI/CD
Right.
stuff implementations.
No charge from me.
No charge from you.
I just
Not
give it
at
away
all.
for free, like the podcast.
Exactly.
Just give it away.
Mark,
If you love something, set it
if
free.
you're a long-time listener of the show, one thing I've
Just
noticed is
let it be free.
Mark does like to
Set
take
it
credit
free.
for a lot of things, doesn't he?
Oh, you never know. You never
Never
know.
know.
I've got connections.
Yes,
Maybe in the Mossad, but I would have to kill you.
you would.
Yeah.
All right.
Of
so
course, I would be trained to do that, but that's kind of off the subject.
This is
of-
Joe
of
Hoffman. Hey,
performance
Joe
fun.
Hoffman. Want to come by for a sec? Come on.
Look at you. You coerced him.
Tell us a good performance story.
Any recent sensational, fun performance disaster story that you know of? Something crazy?
You're on. It's on. Maybe something you witnessed at a customer, or maybe you screwed up someone's system.
Oh, that's a lot easier story to come up with than a success story. The time I screwed up a system.
Does he come through?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I remember one. It was a little while ago, but we went in there. We installed the agent. This was a long time ago, and they were like, "This is great. This is great." And at the time, the product had a capability to actually make changes to the system. This is back in the early days of WebLogic.
Yeah.
So the system detected there was a problem, made the changes to WebLogic, restarted WebLogic, all automated.
Yeah.
We thought this was great. The customer
Automatic
said-
remediation.
The customer said, "Don't ever touch my system again." We're like, "Oops, that was a mistake." So we took that out of the product. Years go by. Now I'm with Dynatrace. I take the same concept to a customer, different customer. And I go, "What do you think about the idea that we could actually automatically detect a problem, automatically make the change, automatically rebalance the system if necessary?" And they're like, "That's the greatest thing in the world. When can I have it?"
Do that right now.
And I'm like, "Well, we had that 10 years ago, I'm thinking.
Yeah.
But it was before its time."
Yeah.
And so I think that the interesting experience in my mind was this realization that it's not just about the right product, but it's about the right timing in the market.
It is.
And it-
Readiness.
And it brings it, the fact that the community is aware of it, the community needs it, the community is willing to accept it.
And willing to say, I'm going to hand this over to an automatic process.
But I think
that I don't
that
control.
the times have changed, the attitudes
Right.
have changed, and now people are like, oh my God, that's great. Oh my God, this is wonderful. And so
Very
it's
different
about
world now.
timing, market timing, and I think that's what I'm really pretty cranked about Dynatrace is this idea that what we
The
can do now
auto-remediation,
today,
yeah.
the world's ready for.
In DevOps transformation, as of recent, like this is over the last year of everything we've talked and done with Dynatrace, the idea being that you are really attacking, it's one of the principles, learn your systems thinking as part of DevOps. Okay, it's not learn your systems with your brain turned off. So what's interesting to think of the human evolution from the early days of a WebLogic self-healing. I know Cisco had done the self-healing system. F5 looked at it infrastructure-wise. The HP guys looked at it. It had it in, I think, some of the early HPUX stuff had the ability to do its stuff. And then it was the human limitation of saying, how do I think about this? No, don't ever touch my system. It's a certified X1. Our definition for what needed to be controlled required a human being to control everything at their will, at their head.
It's about trust, right? It's
Right,
not just
yeah.
trust in the system, trust in a vendor, trust that their system was repairable.
Right.
People don't think about that today. It's like, sure, just spin up a dozen. If they died, no worries. I don't care. I got
Yeah.
5 more in the pocket. Still running.
Just keep them coming.
That's a fundamental change. And
It is.
the cool thing that I really like about Dynatrace is this idea that as that evolution has happened, we've stayed with that evolution. We've stayed ahead of that evolution. So now we're like, oh yeah, we're built for that. That's what we've thought that through for years. We've been thinking about that problem for years, rather than, I guess we should think about it. We have thought about it.
Yeah.
It's a proactive approach. Very cool.
And from this morning, there were some of those new announcements of the new stuff coming through. What are you looking for? The management zones, the replay, the performance KPIs. What are you looking forward to the most out of the new stuff coming through?
Management zones.
Yep.
There's some really cool stuff, but that's just one I think every time I showcase this to a customer and talk about it, they're like, oh my gosh, we have to have that. And we have current customers that right now have multiple instances of manage simply because they
don't
can't
have the
they don't
management
have
zone.
managed.
They can't tag them and,
They can't
and
separate
them.
it within their organizations how they have to, and management zones gives that to them. So
Yeah, that's a big
So
Super
one.
they have
exciting.
multiple different SaaS hosted accounts.
So it's not the
managed
sexiest
accounts.
one. Like replay is really sexy. It's a really awesome feature. Management zone isn't as sexy as a feature, but it's
it's
so
powerful.
critical.
Incredibly
It's like-
critical.
yeah.
And, and I think it's also very critical to the expansion of the product throughout the enterprise.
Yeah.
If we're going to truly go enterprise-wide and think about this everywhere concept, as many customers are trying to think through, how do they do that with managing the information, managing access control?
It's a core feature that needs to
Management
be there.
zones.
So it's awesome.
I mean, it's always been there in the mindset of what we're going to put in the product. It's now that time. We've done it.
It's now reality.
So seeing that in the field is going to be super cool.
Cool.
Listen, well, thank you
we're
very
excited.
much,
Good
Joe.
stuff.
Hey, guys.
Appreciate
Great.
talking.
A lot of fun.
It's like a
You
cube.
have obtained yourself a sound cube.
Very cool.
Thank you
Very
for
cool.
your performance.
Thank you.
It can also double as a fidget cube.
Well, that could be dangerous. So, thanks, guys. See you around.
Thanks. Bye.
All right.
That's
and roll.
that's a good idea. A sound cube, fidget cube.
So the more you fidget with it, the more sound it makes?
I guess, yeah.
It could be a sound and light fidgeting cube.
Now they have squishies. So it went from fidget spinners, fidget cubes. So I have a kid, right? So I know these things. Now it goes to squishies, which is basically just these foam objects. Like it'll be shaped like a piece of cake.
I
or a
never
peach
graduated
or
from
whatever.
the Koosh Bowl.
And you can they're really soft, so you can squeeze it down, and then it'll slowly expand. Some of them quickly
It's like
expand.
memory
they
foam.
have different tensions on them, or whatever you want to call it. And this has replaced the fidget cube and fidget spinner amongst kids these days now.
Mostly because a fidget spinner can kill you. Small kids.
If you put blades on the end of it, yes.
Not child safety.
Okay.
No child safety. All right, that's lunchtime.
Yes.
Tuesday lunch.
Thanks for joining us, James.
You can't see this, but Andy Grabner was here dropping off a bottle of scotch, half liter.
I
It's
believe it was Austrian whiskey.
Austrian whiskey, so it would not be.
Austrian whiskeys.
Yes.
We'll be back a little bit later.
Thank you, everybody.
Afternoon. All right, see you guys.